Last time on BesiegeBots. Let's see. Oh, yes, he got him. Box is over the arena. Brimstone takes ahead this victory. Woo-ah! Sun has flame balls and not flame throwers. So, well, I'll explain that a little bit after because he's caught himself on fire. Judge just had to barely push him. He's trying to push him into the hazard. And just like that, he does. Oh man, Razor's getting hit. Welcome once again to BesiegeBots, the most action-packed robot fighting in Besiege. Closing quickly in on the Sweet 16 of the tourney, along with an exclusive interview with the driver taking the place of our bot presentations. On our fight card for today, first we have the BFH fighting against Shovel Knight. Then we have a death roll grabber bot, Gyro Bot, taking on the quite large Callus Roller. Later we have the two powerhouses of Battlebots, Minotaur versus son of Whyachi. Topping all of that off, we have Complete Control versus Spacial Rend. Getting closer to the Sweet 16, the box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time! In the red square at 180 blocks, this bot is anything but a big friendly hammer. Here to slice and slam, TV has called this bot the BFH. In the blue square at 217 blocks, with its spade drawn, evil shall not spawn, no matter how many hits it takes. 'Tis only a flesh wound, here is Shovel Knight. Welcome to the first fight of the night. We're gonna get right down to it and uno momento. Alright, looks like both bots are ready to get going. But the question on everybody's mind is, for BFH, does your hammer work? Let's see if it works. Shovel Knight and him are already going to push him at. Wah, wah, wah. BFH, your hammer doesn't work. Shovel Knight's now pushing you around. What a goofball. Find out how to make it better next time. Alright, Shovel Knight and BFH are quickly going at it. They're just kind of pushing each other now. Oh, looks like Shovel Knight's just lost one of his lifterators. I'm gonna call it a lifterator. He lost one of them, or scoops, whatever you want to call it, because for construction, I'm guessing. He really needs to come up with a better design if he wants to stay alive in the Sweet 16. Well, BFH tries to swing his hammer again, and it gets completely broken off. And there goes Shovel Knight's other offensive weapon, rather. And now, it'll be up to who can push each other better. Looks like, to me anyway. Shovel Knight's really gearing up to move him around. Tires sketching on the floor. If they could make rubber burn, I'm sure they would be right now. But they aren't, because they aren't that powerful. And honestly, both these bots are struggling to do anything. Now we'll just see who can push each other better. And if they can get a core block out, I'm not betting on it, but maybe. Well, they're both at a standstill, so maybe something happened. Oh, look, there's the top of his hammer. Well, I can't. Oh, yeah, he's right. The core block went right out. Scoring for Shovel Knight. It looks like he wins this match against BFH. And so, without further ado, your winner, Shovel Knight. BesiegeBots will return after this presentation. Hey, this is Fox Speaks, coming to you live, or not so live, tonight on BesiegeBots. I have the special privilege of interviewing one of our top drivers, builders, whatever you want to call him, engineer, I don't know what, but here is Brimstone's driver. How are you doing tonight?
Wonderful.
It's great! Alright, what was your inspiration for creating Brimstone and other bots we've been seeing fight it out so far?
My inspiration for Brimstone was, I just wanted to create a bot that looked different, and I feared that the meta for BesiegeBots would be like wedge bots, because, you know, it's made out of wood, and you could expect some bots being fragile with their weapons, so a wedge bot could be useful. So I wanted to mix it up and make a really powerful spinner as well, and a really creative spinner.
Excellent spinners so far in all of these matches. Now, let me tell you this. Does your BesiegeBot fit into a type of bot? I want to know if there are any specific types of bots, because I've seen some wedge bots, some flippers, some stuff. Are there really any subclasses for that you consider?
Yeah, there's a bunch of subclasses. It says in the rule sets how there's subclasses for like drum spinner and horizontal spinner and vertical spinner. And this happens with all types of hammers, as you can see with Robos, with two horizontal hammers and a vertical hammer. there's a bunch of subclasses that one can invest in, and mine kind of is a mix. It's almost kind of like Warhead from the actual Battlebots, to where it has an adjustable horizontal spinner, but it's usually just in one position anyway, so...
Now, we've already seen some exploitation by the flame balls and torches, besides getting around the rules for our flamethrowers. Do you think there's really any other exploitable strategy or thing to do with the specific Besiege's engine, the game engine, or anything?
From what I have discovered, the strongest blocks in the game so far are the sliders, and they have weird properties, but if you get them in a set area, it's really hard to destroy them, and I think some really good flippers can be made out of some sliders, and without them being like, because sliders are really weird in this game, but if someone can make a really good flipper with it, I'm really glad to see it, because Bronco this year kind of, he tried, right?
But with the block limit though, which is capped at 230, as all of you folks should know, or at least remember, or if you don't, well, hey, now you know. The more you know. Are there any really limits though, or constraints that can have on some strategies? Because you won't have a mountain robot that just runs over the competition, basically.
There's a lot of just engineering sort of gaps between what can be designed, because we also have a limit on the size of what your robot can be with. You gotta be within the sort of building space that Besiege originally gives you. And this is to prevent really, really long huggy bears from old BattleBots that would just took up a large amount of the arena, and as soon as you drove into it, it would just like put you in an area and drive you into like every one of the hazards. So having a really like compact bot is an option, but that doesn't stop bots for like huge and relatively larger bots from, you know, sacrificing a lot of their strength, because you could still make a really large bot.
In the blue square at 221 blocks, to get the ball moving is one thing, to keep it rolling is another. Here to make you cry for your mother, welcome to the world of Callus Roller! In the red square at 100 blocks, like a hellish theme park, it's dreams to make you scream. The ride doesn't end with Gyro Bot. Alright, second fight of the night. Let's get down to it! I cannot wait to see how Gyro Bot will fight. He's clearly very fast, honestly. He's already gone around to Callus Roller's corner and is clearly backing away too fast for Callus Roller. Ooh, looks like... no, he's so fast, he got out of the way just in time. Alright, let's see. Oh, I see the name of the game for Gyro Bot. His gears are supposed to spin so fast when he's latched on that he takes apart a bot. Oh, he's taking a piece off. We have yet to see, though, how well those spinners will work. Maybe we'll have a very interesting fight on our hands. Let's see if Callus Roller can keep up with the speed of Gyro Bot. Alright, right now they're skirting away. Gyro Bot's looking for an opening. He can find one for sure. He's way too fast for Callus Roller. Oh, he does a little bit of roll on the top, but we do not score points for acrobatics, as I've said before. So let's just see if he can get some pieces off. Alright, he goes at him again, tries to get a few pieces off. Maybe he has to go for random ones to actually get him off. It doesn't seem like his strategy is working all too well at the moment. Oh, he got one of the pieces off. He got the middle piece. Maybe he can keep going for struck. Oh, man, he got even more. Oh. Oh, no. Looks like he's got... oh, man, splitting apart the seams. Gyro Bot's stability, predictability, and fundamentability, or whatever you want to call ability, has blown apart in his face. The entire structure of the bot has kind of flung on top of itself. It does seem like he's kind of folded in to still be able to fight. He did get a lot of damage on Callus Roller, but it seems like it's not enough before finally his bot decided to explode. Alright, let's see if he can come back, though. It doesn't seem like he's out of the fight yet, though he is severely damaged. Alright, he's kind of bouncing around. His core block is very exposed. Ooh, man. There we go. There goes one half of his bot. We're going to see if he can actually do something right here. Obviously, Callus Roller has a clear advantage, and I think he's going to win. Oh, man, there goes. There goes the rest of his bot. Oh, right into a trap. His core block goes flying. That is probably one of the best knockouts I've ever seen. And Callus Roller didn't even have to do anything. All right, looks like this is a win for Callus Roller. What a game. And most of the entertainment came without him even having to do anything. Looks like Gyro Bot has taken himself out of this fight. BesiegeBots will return after these messages. In the red square with blood and gore, it'll make your bot into folklore. The 14th of July starts now. Release the close to a 200 block of Minotaur. In the blue square, this spot made walking home an impossible mission. Maybe if you run fast enough, you'll escape. The icy grasps of Son of Whyachi. Third fight of the night. What'll explode this time? Let's find out. Minotaur, the veteran, and now our new bot, Son of Whyachi. I'm interested to see if his little plan will actually work. Ooh, it's breaking apart, maybe. Oh, he split through Minotaur's defenses. He's actually winning. Son of Whyachi's little spin trick worked instead of that other bot that we will not mention. Just fine art, you know. But now, Minotaur is completely in pieces, and now the countdown started on him. For 10 seconds, and it's clear that the Son of Whyachi has won. Ooh, hey. And there we go. Alright, the countdown has now started. Pardon me for saying it earlier. So we're gonna sit here and watch Son of Whyachi do his little victory spin around as he just keeps pushing around Minotaur's parts. Well, what an exciting match. How about you? The spinner actually worked this time, but I'm sad to kind of see Minotaur go, but there goes the bell, and looks like Son of Whyachi has won it. BesiegeBots will return after this presentation. Now, are there any specific strategies when creating a bot? Do you want to invest a lot more in defense or attack? Are there really any strategies like, oh, well, I need to make sure this is extendable, or I need to make sure this is all kind of lightweight, the wheels should be able to touch both sides if I get flipped over, you know, that kind of stuff?
There's a lot of strategy. Most of it goes into design and what you aim for with your, BesiegeBot.
Yeah, that's probably the better question, is what kind of design strategies do you invest in?
Like, what I personally invest in is I really invest in my primary weapon being my main source of where I get everything done. So I just kind of invest my core block, because our core block ruled if you get it removed, you're done for, into where my weapon is. That's why if you check under Brimstone's weapon, that's where his red core block is under his weapon. So you have to get through the weapon, which is the primary focus of the bot, and somewhere where you don't want to be. That's why the core block is sitting there, because you have to get to the
strategy,
weapon.
but at the same time, you'd have to be careful against some other bots with opposing spinners, because if their spinner is stronger, they'll probably just knock yours off.
Yeah,
but obviously, there's always risks and rewards.
It's happened, but that's just my design philosophy there.
For more as your design philosophy, are there any specific bots you try to create for specific fights, or try to how do you design your bot to fight against other bots? Is there any, like, do you design your bot against the meta, or do you design your bot to take on the little guys? What do you do so far as that goes?
Well, I always fear that, like, once you build something, that once you try adapting for something else, you kind of lose the purpose of your original design. So I kind of aim just for one strategy instead of worrying about, oh, I got to worry about this, I got to worry about that, when I can just build something that has a spinner on it and just can go and do damage. Like, I don't need to worry about, if I get flipped over, what's going to happen? Because that's another, 30 or 40 blocks wasted on my weight limit. And that's very detrimental to someone, with a spinner that has to reinforce it so it's strong enough. If I waste all that blocks, making a flipping over method when not many bots can flip me over, it's kind of not a worrisome thing.
Yeah, that's always good. You always have to watch out where you're balancing your act right here. Okay, and then finally, I have one more question for you. What is the future of BesiegeBots? What are you looking to do? Are there people out there that you want to tell specifically what the future is?
The future of BesiegeBots is because, this tournament took place before the advanced building update. So everything was so blocky and square, you couldn't really get a roundish bot or a good wedge in. because we didn't allow mods and you couldn't rotate blocks. But now that we got advanced building, and now we're not gonna use any mods still, like only just skin packs, but with advanced building, there's gonna be a lot more bots with more defined shapes, better, features, more angled wheels, just kind of replicating more of what bots can be in actual BattleBots and look closer to their representation. And just generally better designs with stronger spring implementation.
On the note of mods, for people that don't know, one of the reasons we don't do mods is because you might have just two ridiculously spinning bots that just crash into each other. Nothing really interesting happens at all. I've watched a few fights myself, and I'm like, so, one last thing. Are there any way the viewers can get in touch with you about building their own bots for a possibility to get into the tournament?
If they can get in touch with me, I think the most optimal thing to do is go to BesiegeBotsAuditions.com and try to implement a bot and look at other bots for their presentations and see all design strategies with what you can build in the game. And you can just keep sending in bots, and we'll accept the best that you've entered in. But it's still the best that you've entered in.
BesiegeBotsAuditions at gmail.com, right?
Yes.
Alright, that's it, folks, for this interview. Thank you for joining me, Brimstone Driver, and I hope to see you all in the next match, next episode, next whatever. So make sure you come in with your own bots, be inspired to make your own dreams come true, and kill things! Alright, I'm Fox Speaks, and signing off for tonight.
Toast.
Goodbye, good night. In the red square, give up your freedom, give up your will. To it, you are just a shill. It is futile to resist the grabbing power of the 195 blocks of complete control. In the blue square, at 164 blocks, as tough as diamond and the beauty of a pearl, with its hammer of platinum, it'll make you hurl. Keep your space from Spacial Rend. Final fight of the night. Let's see how Spacial Rend takes on this new opponent, Goliath, bigger butt than he is. Alright, we're gonna see how it all comes down to this. Oh, and they're already going at it! Let's see who can win this exchange. Spacial Rend is knocking back complete control. They're kind of dancing around. It looks like complete control is almost like playing chicken fight. He's the bottom and the little guy on top is... If you don't know what chicken fight is, I can't help you. But it looks like he's starting to go again. He's a grabber bot, it looks like. He's trying to pull Spacial Rend along, but it's not really working. He's going to have to come up with a better strategy than that. Maybe he'll have to use, in combination with his scoops, to get in a little bit. Oh, he's trying something different. Nope, he kind of falls apart. There goes the offensive capabilities. But Spacial Rend doesn't have too much either. Oh, he's kind of stopped. It looks like he's lost both of his front wheel, or one of his front wheels. As we just saw the other one now. But complete control's bot and offensive capability has completely gone off. It looks like all he can do is shove him, which seems to be working, since Spacial Rend does not have one of his wheels. He can't drive as well. Oh, he got under him a little bit. Let's see if he can push him along more. Nope. Looks like Spacial Rend denies that. All right. Let's see how this... Wait. Looks like he stopped moving. It looks like that he cannot move 1 inch. Spacial Rend is now going down for the count. And... Yep, there goes the bell. It looks like he couldn't do anything about it, ladies and gentlemen. Complete Control has admitted that their core block has been disconnected mid-match. Since we have no idea what time the core block disconnected it, it will be a judge's decision. The results from the judges are in. We have a split decision. Fluff of Judgment scored the battle to Spacial Rend. Coffee of Judgment scored the battle for Complete Control. Weeb of Judgment scored the battle for your winner, Spacial Rend. After half a year in development, the BesiegeBots tourney is finally here and ready to be posted on a weekly basis. We are approaching the Sweet 16 of the tourney to match up the best of the best, to find which bot of Twisted Steel can make the other bot a meal. In the meantime, I'm Fox Speaks signing off, and see you next time on BesiegeBots. Hello! Us at BesiegeBots have realized that we have not stayed true to our original weekly format, and with classes coming up, it leaves us with less time. We are changing our format to a bi-weekly schedule to fix our tardiness and help us improve our videos. Of course, when classes are over, we'll go back to our weekly schedule. Expect the newest episode to take place on the 6th of September. Till then, we'll see you soon on BesiegeBots!